Okay, this segment is of most critical one in the entire playlist, so let us try to go and focus. Right, we have been testing on the SQL here in order to go and check out what is the expected update SQL which is needed by our web application development. So right now let us actually make this SQL complete. It should be set something, and this one, let me actually organize it better. Let me organize this better. And any other fields that is actually left out, for example, like mobile contact. Is mobile contact one of the field? Yes, mobile contact. So mobile contact could be, say, something like this one, right? Correct. So this is actually another value, right? Possible value. Then after that, what about the department record ID? Department record ID is also something which is important. So it could be like 3 is for research, right? So a complete SQL statement should be something like this, right? A complete SQL statement should be something like this. So let us actually do a final testing. Let's just say that this one, I'm going to change Daniel Lee to DX. Okay, so the name is actually to DX. What is the record that we want to go and update? It is staff record ID equals to 1. So let me actually execute. One row is affected. Notice that one row is affected, and let us take a look. Yes, right. So notice that this update SQL is quite trustworthy. Now let us come back to the updateOneStaff. So notice that, do you know why INT is actually being displayed here? Because updateOneStaff is just going to send the SQL to the database to update a record. And when the database receives the SQL and update one record, the database will respond with a message such as one row is affected. We need to send this one row is affected information to the web form so that we can display to the user that you have successfully updated a staff record. So let us actually just first declare int num of records affected. Okay, so notice that I've already declared a variable here, and this is the variable that is going to be returned to the calling web form. Now what is in between here? Definitely there are a lot of code in between here. Now what are the codes necessary? If you have done the updateOneStaff inside my previous video session, right, a lot of code can be reused. Okay, a lot of code can be reused. Let us double check. So notice that right now I'm actually copying most of the code. I'm copying right now, and I am actually going to paste it just nice here. Now notice that when I paste, right, there will be duplicate num of records affected. So I will just take out one. Okay, so I have actually copied a lot of code. From which method? From the updateOneStaff. This is updateOneStaff. So you notice that updateOneStaff got quite a number of input parameters. Okay, so I will also need to go and prepare quite a number of input parameters for this one. It could be what? In string, in full name, string in email, string in DOB, string in instance for input. Okay, let me see, in oh, mobile contact. Okay, mobile contact. Then another one is string in let me see, department record ID. Anything else? Wow, this is the most important. Recall just now I ended up updating all the records with Rajesh, right? So this one, string in staff record ID. Okay, so notice that I've already declared in total 6 input parameters, right? 6, yeah, altogether there are 6. Okay, now let us actually try analyze the code, and I hope you can begin comparing the code. I have SQL connection. So this one is actually to prepare a variable that can talk to the database, and this one is to obtain, right? This one is to obtain the database server response, such as one row is affected, for example. Okay, response message. Okay, now then after that, what is this one? This one is to hold the SQL command, right? But of course it is an object to hold the SQL command. Okay, right, what is the name of the object? CMD. Now what about this one? This one is the connection, right? Notice that this is actually to prepare the connection string information for the connection object so that we know where to connect to. And this one is to tell the CMD to use the connection object. Then this is to prepare the SQL, and okay, the SQL is here. Is this the suitable SQL this time? No, this is not what we have tested. So let me actually just delete this one. So how am I going to put update what? Update staff. Then set what? Set full name equals to what? I need to go and tell you a blank. Where's the blank? Add in full name, right? Then what is next? DOB, right? DOB equals to add in DOB. What is next? Let me see. Email equals to what? Add in email. Oh, nice. Okay, what is next? Mobile contact, right? Equals to what? Equals to add in what? In oh yes, in mobile contact. Okay, right. So I've already created how many blanks so far? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Any more? Yes, there is one more. Department record ID equals to add in what? In department record ID. And remember the where clause. This is the killer part. Where what? Staff record ID equals to what? Add what? In staff record ID. So I've already prepared the SQL, right, that has already been tested here, right? But of course I replaced all these with what? With blanks, right? This is the blank, right? So I've already prepared all these with blanks. Now come back to here. Now, so I've already supplied this one inside this variable SQL text, and I've already copied, right? I copied the SQL from the SQL text into the command text property. The command text property which belongs to the command object. Okay, to the command object, right? Okay, now let's come back to this one here. So but the thing is that the command object right now needs to know how many blanks. 6 blanks in total. Oh yes. So do I need to modify this one? No. Do I need to modify this one? No. Do I need to modify this one? Also no. But I need to add some more, right? There are only just 3 blanks being identified, and try to compare. Okay, if you unsure, just pause a bit. Let's pause this video and compare the code a bit, right? So this one is to tell the command object that there is a parameter. I'm just telling it that there is a parameter called what? Called in full name, and I've already specified the data type, and this one is to supply the value into the parameter, right? So in other words, if in full name is Rajesh will be supplied into the parameter. Okay, right? But of course this one is going to be the parameter variable, not Rajesh, right? Rajesh will be passed in from the web form through here, and this one will be copied from here into the parameter. Now, what are the rest of the missing parameters that I have not done yet? Right, definitely I'll just reuse the command and just do some changes. How many sets? 1, 2, 3. 3 sets. Why 3 sets? Because I have missing email, right? Email, yes, email. Then of course this one is let me see, this one is in email, and I need to go and tell the command object that there's a blank called email. And where is the varchar? I think it is 100. Where did I get the value from? Design table, right? Notice I right click on the staff and I select design, and it shows me that email is varchar 100. Date of birth is varchar 10. Mobile contact is varchar 30. Okay, so let me see. In what? This one is another one called what? mobile contact, and what is the length of this one? It's going to be 10. Then is it 10? Let us take a look. Mobile contact 30. Oh my goodness, 30. So here will become what? 30. Okay. Now then after that, this one is in what? In mobile contact, and this one is supposed to be in mobile contact. So I've already done let me see. I have the full name, I have the date of birth. One missing one. What is that? The in staff record ID. Yes, right. And this one is definitely not varchar. It is going to be, let me notice that I'm actually going to kill the entire portion here. Right, then I'm going to replace the SQL data type dot what? Dot int, right? Because it's an integer data type. Then this one is going to be in staff record ID, right? And this one is definitely going to be in what? In staff record ID. If of course here I change it to, for example, XXX, here should be XXX lah, okay? Right, but of course XXX is meaningless, right? Right, this one is much more meaningful. Okay, now, so I've already done all the necessary changes, and I've already why there are so many sets? Notice that there's 1, 2, 3, altogether 6 sets. Why there are 6 sets? Because there are 6 blanks, there are 6 parameters that I need to prepare and supply value to it. Where are all these values coming from? Coming from the input parameter information here, whereby the values, each input parameter variable will represent a value that is collected from where? From the text boxes in the web form here. Okay, right, make it clear. Now, so then next, execute non-query. That's it, right? Compare the code a bit. Notice I open the connection. After I've supplied all these, then I open the connection, then I send the SQL to the database, right, to update the record. Then I close the connection. Then after that, of course I must return the number of records affected. Okay, so I save this one, and that's it. I've already finished doing the updateOneStaff. So what am I supposed to go and do inside the code behind file? Inside the code behind file, I need to go and do this, right? This is the portion whereby I what? Remember, I'm working on the btn submit underscore click event method. I'm working on the code behind file. I'm working on the code behind file which belongs to what? I'm working on the code behind file that belongs to the ADM updateOneStaff. Okay, right? So I'm here. So I need to collect more information, right? Collected, and this one is collected mobile contact equals to empty string, and this one is string collected. Right, collected what? Let me see. Collected. Oh yes, department, right? Department record ID, right? So this one is going to be empty also. String. Then this one is going to be collected date of birth, right? Equals to empty string again. So of course these are just variables, they are just empty, right? Empty shell right now. So right now is the process of collecting now. Okay, so collected, let me see, mobile contacts. Where am I collecting from? I'm going to collect it from the txt mobile contact and the text property, of course. And this one is collected date of birth, right, equals to what? txt date of birth dot text. Whoa, nice. Okay, now what's next? Let me see. Collected department record ID. This one is the easiest. This one is what? lst department dot what? Dot selected item dot value. Yes, if you are unsure about this, you can also check with my previous playlist on how I play with the drop down list. Okay, right now, and then after that, this one is let me see, this one is going to be what about the staff record ID? Oh, staff record ID. So what? String staff record ID. So notice that this one I'm going to put it as an empty string. Okay, right, so this one I'm also going to call it as small s staff record ID. Collect from where? Is there a txt staff record ID anywhere? No. Collect it from the browser. collect it from the browser, collect it from here. Thank you very much. Okay, collect it from here. So this one is what? Request dot query string, right? Query string. Okay, query string. Then this one is staff record ID. Yes, nice. Finally, what am I going to do? Right now, I will remove this comment. Update one staff. So what is this one? How am I supposed to know the order? Right? Notice that this is how I do it. I open bracket. Notice that there are guidelines for me to go and follow. Notice here that there are guidelines. So this one is going to be collected full name, comma, collected email, comma. Right now is the DOB turn, right? So collected DOB, comma, collected mobile contact, comma, collected let me see, this one is the department record ID, and then finally collected what? The aim properly, oh no, it's not collected, it's what? Staff record ID. Yes, right. So notice that all the variables are fully used to collect all the necessary information. Why do we need all these? Because we need to go and pass it into the updateOneStaff right now. So of course, do I need the variable called string num of records affected here? Right. Yes, I do need it. Okay, I do need it. And this, because this is a string and the return data type of this one is integer, so make sure that I remember to cast it to string here. And this one is going to be what? Num of records affected equals to yeah, that should be it. Hey, how come got problem? Every time got problem. Cannot cast, cannot convert. Oh my god. Okay, cannot convert, then okay lor, I'll just use convert dot to string. Convert dot to string. Better can yes. Then after that, open bracket, close bracket. Okay, a big mouth, right? Notice that, and it's another round bracket here and here. Okay, right. Then after that, div message dot inner HTML equals to num of records affected plus staff record has been updated, right? Updated. Okay, now, so I've already pumped in so much information, right? Am I confident that this one can be executed? Yes, definitely. How am I supposed to go and prove it? View in browser. Hey, how come got error? Let me see. How come got error? View error list. Okay, and what is this? There are 3 errors. Why there are 3 errors? Oh my goodness, there are 3 errors. Let me see. There are 3 errors. Let me see. Invalid. Wow, what did I do? Let me double check. Oh, this one is a semicolon. So sorry. Okay, it's a semicolon. So right now I save everything. I rebuild this time. Then right now I will right click and view in browser. Let us take a look what will happen. Error, confirm error. Do you know why or not? Because I don't have the first web form that display the stuff here, so I must manually enter. At the same time, staff record ID equals to 1. What will it give me? Oh, this one is an X, right? Why? Because my record here is like that. So let me show Simpson so that I can demonstrate. Simpson, where is Simpson? Okay, so Simpson is 2, right? So 2. So enter key, Simpson. So if Simpson, I change it to Simpson. Okay, and then I change the email to Simpson. Then what about the mobile? Wow, his mobile is super good. 888 auspicious number. Attached to what department? Research is 3. Okay, 3. So right now I click save. 1 record has been updated. Let us double check on the database table. Wow. Right, you see right, notice that I'm clicking the refresh. Do I see Simpson? Yes. Do I see the email? Yes. Do I see the auspicious mobile contact? Yes. Do I see 3? Yes. What if right now I say that date of birth, right? Wow, he is damn lucky. He's born on the Labor Day, right? For example. Then after I click save, let us see what will happen. Right? Is the date being changed? Notice that the date is actually being changed, right? Simpson. So in other words, is my sample working right now? Yes, my sample working right now. But I would like to go and illustrate what happens if I let me see here. Right, what happens if I remove away the page.expose back? Notice that right now I'm focusing on the page load, right? Page load. I never had a chance to talk about the page.expose back. Notice that it was used inside the page load of the update form. So right now let me remove. Okay, and let me remove the ending of the page.expose back as well, right? And let me actually save. Do you know what will happen? I tell you, this is why we all need a page load, right? Sometimes it really freaks me out. Now let me actually show 3. 3 is what? 3 is Susan, right? Okay, right now Susan, I'll just put Susanna. Okay, Susanna, and this one I'll just put Susanna. So I only change the name and the email. I click save. Hey, how come change back to Susan? How come change? Okay. Susanna again. This one also Susanna again. Let me click save. Hey, how come change back? You know why or not? Because every time when you click save, before all these code here inside the submit button can execute, the code up here is re-executed. As a result, whatever changes that you have provided inside the text boxes will change back to the original. Right? There's no way you can actually change the record. In order to ensure that all this code that does its job to go and show, right, the staff record information inside the web form one time only, you need to really have this page.expose back inside here. Okay, right, so right now let me rebuild, and right now let's see whether we got high attack Susanna, then after here Susanna, then after I click save, and then after that I go here and I refresh. Notice that Susanna has been changed. Okay, I hope you can actually learn from this playlist, because it is a very important one, and this is actually the part 1 of the playlist, right? Because it is only showing the development of the update stuff. I have not done this one yet. Right click, add new item, and this one is actually going to be the ADM staff management.aspx. so this one is coming soon. Okay, right, with this web form, in the future we don't need to go and do manual entry on this region here to go and test the update form anymore. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. I will have the sample project also ready for you to go and download. In fact, it is already ready inside the first video segment. You just go and find it, right? It's inside the description. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Learn hard and practice hard. Thank you very much.